A Sagittarius reading. Thanks for joining me. It's for mid-November 2019 as we go forward with this one. So let's have a shuffle of the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. One of the quite early decks, actually. I mean, there are much earlier decks than this. There really are. One of the ones I've got is the Mantegna. Goes back to the 15th century. But this has been in use since fairly early in the 20th century. And it's very, very powerful imagery that we have in this deck. A lot of healing there and a lot of stuff that doesn't look like healing but actually turns out to be worth its weight in gold. First card out for you guys in this spread, it's the Knight of Wands. Okay, so progress is more than possible. Progress is actually happening, and this character has a tight grip on the horse. Now, in Sagittarian energy, there is, in Sagittarian symbology, the horse is quite powerful. But this knight isn't an archer. He's bearing the wand, though, and he's making the progress happen. So don't be afraid to shoot for what you want. And also give some encouragement to this character, because he is at his best when you're actually working with him and showing that you have confidence in him. The energy of the moment is so important, because that is when the assistance of the universe, the divine, whatever you want to call it, really kicks in. It's at that moment. It's kind of like always the darkest just before dawn. So if it doesn't feel like this at the moment, Sagittarius, believe me, it's going to very soon. Massive progress. And I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm thoroughly enjoying that one. Next one out for you guys, excuse me, for mid-November 2019, it's the Nine of Swords. Now, this doesn't look like such a good thing at all, but this character is awakened from a dream, and actually all the swords are just firmly up on the wall and nice and safe there, even though he's slept for a very long time and his consciousness, if you like, has been asleep. None of those swords have actually fallen on him, and each of those swords is some kind of problem, something difficult that he can actually do something about. And he's holding his head in his hands, not in despair in this reading, I feel, but working out what on earth am I going to do. And the answer, my friends, is tackle things one thing at a time. It's the only way, really. We talk about multitasking, and in the modern world as it is, that is a really important thing to be able to do. But goodness me, there is plenty of time, basically, for things to happen, for things to work out. And he's been sleeping in that bed, but there are flowers all over it. It's not an unpleasant scene, really. He's reading it as an unpleasant scene, but there are things he can actually do about it. There really are. There's always something you can do about anything. Even if it's not so much doing as waiting. That's something you can do if you really need to. And you shouldn't have to wait for too long, because the next card out, number 1 of the major arcana, it's the Magician. He is the master of his own destiny. He has actually got a handle on his own fate, and so have you, my friends. The figure of 8 there showing divine intervention is more than possible, because we've got as above, so below. And really being the master of your own destiny, or the mistress, by the way. I don't want to be sexist. This is just the old meaning as I remember reading it out of the book many years ago. The cups on the table, the longings and desires are there, positive, waiting to manifest. And he's got his double-ended one there, one crystal tip pointing at the heavens and the other one pointing at the ground. Someone's just messaged me to ask me, what have I been doing today? Well, I'm still doing it. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, looking very positive, and you know, it's not just that you've got to get a grip of things, you actually can, because to a large extent with the Magician, you've already got the answers around you, because he's got the tools he needs to get the job done. Just take these 9 swords down one at a time, do something about them, maybe not all at once, but one thing at a time, things will get sorted out, they really will. Okay, let us have a look in Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light deck. And we've got 2. I'm very much drawn to bring 2 out at the moment. First one, in the temple, devotion, tune in to the portal of your heart. And that is really what matters, particularly when you're taking down those swords one at a time and working them out. And that really is the heart of the matter, because it was the middle card. It's really etheric when we look into this deck, but I've been drawn to use this deck today for this reason. There is just no unhappiness showing in this. It's kind of a little bit dark at the end of the tunnel, but there's a powerful star shining above, and if you look through the doorway there's a lot of light in the doorway there amidst the darkness. So, power in the darkness, light in the darkness, that is the message of that one. And Sagittarius, the other one I've got for you guys and me, guys, because I'm a Saggy myself. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So there we are. Again, on that Nine of Swords thing where things look so hard, so unpleasant. Just take things down one at a time, because you know what you want, and that is the most important thing, is kind of knowing what you want and knowing where you want to be going. To a great extent as well, actually, it's knowing what you don't want. But people don't usually need too much encouragement from me or anybody else to know what they don't want. Just think about it. You know, what is your heart's desire? And if your desire is more than one thing and you're not sure which way to go, do some meditation on that. You know, because all things really are possible. The reality is not everything is going to happen, certainly not all at once, but everything is just about supported there, okay? And the more you tune in, the more you focus on it, the more it will be supported. Meanwhile, thanks very much for watching. Have a fabulous mid-November. Subscribe if you haven't already, actually, please, and tap that bell so you don't miss anything. Check out my channel, there are loads and loads of videos on there, and I hope you've enjoyed this one. Leave me a comment, we'll share the journey. I'll be back with more soon, and bye-bye and peace.